consecutive day in a row meeting here at this time every single day to have a really good, inspiring conversation, something that can help you find your own motivation. And we have a meditation at the end of every one of these conversations. And it's only 40 minutes, maybe almost an hour at tops, depending on the length of the conversation and how far inside the meditation we go. But every single day, you have this opportunity. You have an opportunity to kind of take a break, stop scrolling, shut off the things around you, and just sit and listen to somebody share really good insight and guidance with you. And as I said, the meditation. We have meditations that always have some special intention, some special focus, whether it's observing something differently or just shifting our perspective. And today, I've got a great conversation for you. The topic today. Yesterday was all about the art of mindful listening. And if you watched yesterday's episode, you know how incredible it was. The insight, the information is just so truthful. It resonates so much logic and truth that when you hear it, you become aware of the things you're doing, not doing, and you see how easy it is to apply these to your life. And if you didn't see it yesterday, if you haven't seen any of these sessions for the past 14 days, it's okay. They're on my Instagram, they're on my private Facebook group, they're uploaded to YouTube, so you can see them. Unfortunately, the only app I can't share them on is TikTok. They don't allow the replay if it's over 10 minutes. But today goes hand in hand with yesterday. If yesterday was all about the art of mindfully listening, truly listening to a person, not just hearing the words they're saying, then what could today possibly be about? The art of mindful speaking. And I promise you this, if you sit and just listen to these few minutes of conversation, you're going to realize that you might not be speaking so mindfully to the people in your lives. You might not be speaking so mindfully about yourself, and you'll see that if you can shift that, it will truly be one of those catalysts for great change personally. So, speaking is not just about conveying information. Speaking is about creating our reality and creating change. And it really is. That's why we're expressing ourselves, to manifest and create a reality and to create change within our lives, whether we're sharing stories or we're sharing ideas, or we're sharing just feelings and thoughts and emotions. We are manifesting, creating our reality, projecting energy out around us. So it is an incredibly powerful thing. It's incredibly powerful. And in many cases, like I was talking about yesterday, we don't pay attention to really sometimes the intention, the tone, the power, or just the phrasing of our words, or just the words we're using ourselves. And we really rarely consider how are our words affecting those around us. Not just ourselves. You know all the beautiful spiritual teachings. You must speak positively about yourself, speak healthy, speak gratefully as if you already have the life you dream of, right? But we rarely do those things, right? I feel like shit, I'm tired, I'm depressed. You've just affirmed that you feel like shit, you're tired, and you're depressed. I hate the world, I hate people. Hate is an incredibly strong emotion. Think of the emotion of hate. But we use these words without thinking about the creative consequences of them. We're just out there throwing things around. And when we are not mindful of where we are, being in the present moment, if we haven't done the inner work and the healing, all of the things that we have spoken about in the past 13 days, if we haven't done these things, then we are speaking, reacting, and interacting from those damaged spaces, those damaged memories, those damaged emotions, those fearful and anxious moments in our lives are what are dictating how we're speaking to people. So it really, everything we're talking about these last few days, and it doesn't cost you a dime. You will go pay a therapist thousands and thousands of dollars, and they won't even give you these answers and stuff I'm giving you. I'm here every day to give you the key, open the door, and even help push you through it a little bit. You just got to start taking those steps yourself, my friend. And I'm telling you, look, man, I grew up in a really cool neighborhood, the Projects, Queens, New York, lots of friends, lots of kids, lots of people, lots of races, right? But I unfortunately grew up with a crazy ass family. And if some of my friends are here right now in the chat, you can attest to it. You know my family. I grew up with a crazy ass family who was really not so good. And I was a good guy growing up. I wasn't a bad guy, but I made mistakes. But I really treated myself like shit. I always just wanted to make everybody else happy and please everybody else because I thought that's what was going to get people to like me. And I didn't even know the me I was trying to get people to like. It was just this dude bending to everybody's expectations and will and words and just stifled and shut up and living this different world within. And I don't want that for any of you. So I assure you that the words you're using in your life, the way you're listening to people, everything we've spoken about in the last few days is completely relative to you. So, and as I said, I don't want anything from you. I really don't. I don't. You want to book a one-on-one session with me? I have a website. Go ahead. You want to pay $2 and download my 12-part series on my TikTok profile? That will blow your doors and you'll go, how is this only $2? Because I thought everybody would get it. Yeah, right. You could do those things. They're all available there, but those hearts on the screen, the touching the screen and just showing you hear me, you feel me, we're resonating in the same energy and you get it, that means everything to me. It's incredibly inspiring. So thank you so much for the hearts this morning. And as I was saying, mindfully speaking, when we start to stop, and we'll get into I have some notes, a few techniques and things and tools that you can start using. But when you start to mindfully, when you are mindfully aware, thank you so much, when you are mindfully aware of the words you're using about yourself and the people around you, it could be shocking. It could be shocking. You can think to yourself, oh my God, I'm actually speaking to my kids like that. I speak in front of my children like that. I speak about myself like that. Hey, Brenda. Speaking of people I've known my entire life and who know how batshit crazy my family is. Hey, Brenda, nice to see you here this morning. My first time getting a chance to watch. That's awesome, Brenda. I think about you all the time, just so you know, and I really hope you're doing well, Brenda. You always were a really good, nice person to me, and you were always so sweet and caring, and I'll love you to the day I die, in case you didn't know that. All right? I'm 56 years old. They moved into the neighborhood when we were kids, man. I've known Brenda my whole life. So there you go. So, and she'll call me out on bullshit if I'm lying. Trust me. So anyway, the way you're speaking about yourself, when you start to become aware of how you're speaking about yourself and others and your children and the world around you and how you're speaking just in front of people without even considering them there, you will really get shocked and astounded and you'll be embarrassed and you'll feel shame. You'll feel shame. And don't. It's okay. As I keep saying, we are the way we are because of how we've been treated and conditioned and how we've perceived things around us. So we're lost. We're broken. We're trying to find our way. And every time we make a mistake, every time we screw up, or every time something bad happens to us, it doesn't mean we're failing or that person's evil or they're a failure. It It just means that's the only way it's the best way we thought to react and act at that specific time in our lives. And a lot of times when we look back, we go, wow, I wish I would have done that differently. And trust me, I've got a lot of those, I wish I did those differently, but I don't beat myself up and hold myself hostage for those mistakes, because as I just said, I understand we are all lost and broken. We're all trying to heal and become whole and find our way home. So the reason I'm here is because of all that. And trust me, the power of words, the creative power of words can inspire, words can heal, words can bring about the most beautiful aspects of positive change. Words can also harm. They can hurt. They can destroy. So many things can be done from the words. And we really, as I was just saying before, we don't think about the way we're speaking, how we're speaking. We don't pay mindful attention in many cases to the energy and emotion or the facial expression, the body language behind the words we're using, our entire energetic vessel, right? So it's words can be misleading. You know this. They can be deceiving. They can be torturous. And words can sting and stick. Words can sting and stick. We can say something, listen to me very carefully, because as I said yesterday, everything I talk about is from personal experience, okay? And we can say things in those spontaneous moments of fire and hurt and pain that will never, ever go away. You might not really mean it, but you just might say it to hurt the other person as a defense mechanism, and that shit will last. Things can seem better, they can be fine, but trust me, that other person has moments of reflection where they're going on with their day, or they just hear something, and that memory is right there. Hopefully, they don't let themselves be defined or dictated by that emotional state. Hopefully they don't take the emotional state now into the present moment. Hopefully they can see it, reflect on it, observe on it, and go, yep, I remember. And that's what I tell you all the time. You are never going to forget. You're never going to forget. You're never going to forget. I'm never going to forget my stupidest fucking mistake. Never. It will probably be one of those prominent thoughts on my mind when I die. But I'm also not going to forget the most beautiful things that have happened in my life. We're never going to forget. The only thing we can do is shift our understanding, shift our perspective, the way we feel, think, and project about those people and those interactions. Thank you. I see you there, Rosie. Is it Rosie? Sorry, I don't have my glasses on. I will read at the end today. I promise. When we're done, I won't rush off. I'll sit here with you. I have foot and mouth disease. I know what you mean. You know, when I was a kid, as I said yesterday, and I don't want to go left too much. Well, that was right, actually. When I was a kid, I tried to share. I realized I shouldn't. And so I shut up. Then, in my 20s, mid-20s, when I said, no more, am I going to keep my mouth shut? I put my foot in my mouth many times. And that's what I'm talking about. That's that whole thing. We can say things that just won't go away. So really, just before we get back into it, you have people in your life that you love. You do. And there are people in your life, even if you don't think they're there are people who look to you. They look to you for inspiration as a gauge on their own lives. It's truth. They may judge you hopefully from a place of sympathy and compassion as opposed to harshness and cruelty, but they do. And we judge ourselves. We wake up every single day knowing if we're doing it or not more than anybody else in the world. If you're lying and being dishonest, you know it and you're living in it. So it's really better to be honest, to be good, to be kind, to be compassionate, and to speak from a place with intention. And what I mean is giving yourself that moment, allowing yourself that micro moment to respond. Because we, again, have been so conditioned to jump. How high? 2 + 2 is 4. Come here. Okay. Instantaneous commands. We've been conditioned to respond and react instantaneously that we don't even give ourselves. You don't even give yourself a fair opportunity to really think how you feel about the action or event or thing you're about to partake in physically, mentally, and spiritually. So if we can stop for a moment and not just think of the words we're going to say, but why we're going to say them. And if we can find that place to convey those words from that inner place of wisdom that understands the power of emotions, that understands the power of energy and the creative energy we all have around us, then you can respond and interact and react from this beautiful place within. No problem. Welcome back. So, allowing yourself that moment before responding and most importantly, reacting. And there's a difference. Hon, what do you want to have for dinner tonight? I'm not too sure. That's responding. Blah, blah, blah. Kids screaming and playing out. That's reacting. If you can mindfully, again, this word, man, I'm going to just pound this shit into your head every day. Mindfulness, awareness, meditation, present moment. It is the entire purpose so you can be here now and not respond and react and interact from those spontaneous, crazy, thoughtless, abandoned, avoided, ignored emotions that are inside of you. And again, most of you are going through your day listening to people half-ass. You're looking at your phone. What? Yeah, sure, go have another cookie. You're not paying attention to the people around you. You're not giving them your time and your attention. You're reacting and responding from just spontaneous places of ego and selfishness and want and need and bitterness and jealousy. So the art of mindful speaking is just as, if not important, as the art of mindful listening. Because I said, every single thing we are expressing is creating our reality. It's dictating and contributing to the energy around us. It's feeding the thoughts we're thinking about, which are triggering the emotions we're vibrating in, which is your vibrational state of existence. And for you super spiritual, down the rabbit hole, sage waving, crystal loving people, I've got all that stuff myself. For all those out there, I mean, this is your higher awareness. This is the observer, the divine being I'm speaking of. And if you're one of those people who are dodging in and out of emotions, if you're up and down with your vibrational state of existence, if you're screaming and yelling because they are, and you're happy and sad because they are, then you're not as mindfully maintaining that beautiful, blissful home state of existence you want to be resonating in. And what's the cure? More of this. More of this. I hate that in my life. I don't like that in my life. Listen to those words, right? I don't like this. I'd like less of that in my. I've removed those things from my life. I'm bringing into my life all of those beautiful things that inspire me. And again, for the spiritual aspect and for the people who really like the cultural aspect, throat chakra. Now there's a word you know, right? Heart chakra, crown, third eye, throat, solar plexus, root. We know all of this. But what does it really mean to have a blocked throat chakra? Does it mean it's time to go for my Reiki session and let them lay crystals on me and wave their hand over me and remove some ethereal, celestial, demonic, evil, and darkened energy that's residing in my throat and blocking my throat chakra from illuminating? Metaphorically, yeah. But that energy, that thing, that ethereal, celestial thing that's got to be removed from inside of you, it's not because something just floated down your throat or made its way into your throat chakra. It's because you have been stifled. You've been invalidated. You've been belittled and demeaned. You've been made to feel that your voice does not matter. And this has made you have no confidence, low self-esteem. You've let your entire life go. Because that, when we can't speak freely and be validated and understood, that manipulates and clutters the mind. Now our third eye is not receiving that beautiful insight and we're second guessing it. We can't speak. Your heart starts to speak in despair. It can't beat and flow with love properly because there's all sorts of disconnections with your energy between your mind and your heart. This changes the breath, the state of energy that we're vibrating in. We have anxiety and depression and things like that. And that in turn changes the gut, the way we feel and think and sit with the world and those around us. That changes our sacral chakra, our lust and desire, our energy and fire for the world around us. And that changes everything. The root, the way you are connected to this world beyond in life. But it doesn't happen because the leprechaun or the demon or the fallen angel came down and penetrated you. It's because you've experienced something in life that messed you up, that made you feel like your voice didn't matter. And it could be one simple thing or a whole string of events. It could be one person or everybody because you've been conditioned that way. Okay? It's the truth. But the good thing is we're about to do a little meditation just to go right there and clear out those things. Because I remember what I said, how they see you, how they think of you, how they think you should be, and even how you kind of think of yourself is not really who you are. And in just a few minutes, we're going to get to who you really are. You'll feel and sense that authenticity in there just a little bit. And then we'll come back to who you are today. And you'll be able to go on with your day, thinking about this and pondering and sensing. And maybe you'll be here tomorrow. Maybe you'll watch this video again later today. Maybe you'll go back and start watching them. Maybe. But that's all up to you, my friend. So So I was just some techniques before we get into the meditation. Pausing before you speak. Pausing before you speak, gathering your thoughts, your intentions, and really understanding with awareness the energetic state you're in before you respond. And if this means that when somebody asks you a question, you're not going to instantaneously respond, you're going to take a few seconds or a few minutes. I don't know the capacity of your consciousness, but that other person's going to be standing there. So you might want to start telling people today, now is a great time in your life, in your job, in your circle, right, in your tribe, that, hey, I'm going to be working on my speaking, mindfully speaking, and where it comes from. Be honest and authentic with them and say, so I'm going to be responding and reacting a few seconds in delay. You're going to ask me something, and I'm going to really be practicing mindfully to condition myself to really see and feel and sense and respond from an authentic place within. Nobody in your life should have a problem with that. And if they do, those might be the people you want to start distancing yourself from just a little bit. Okay? Don't expect of them. Just remove yourself from the equation. So, and again, that whole aspect of pause. Another thing in conversations, and this is really important, and I found this to be incredible for me. A lot of times when we're speaking in a conversation, spontaneous from the emotions, right? The thoughts and emotions, that place we shouldn't be reacting and talking from, we're often doing it in an accusatory state. If you would listen to me better, I wouldn't feel like this, and you should really do this, and I think that you should do this and this and this and this. Stop, no more. Don't ever do that again. Only speak from I statements. I feel this way, and I think I would be better, and I think that I should be doing, and I'm doing. Always speak from you. This avoids that whole aspect of creating conflict and making things that feel like they're accusatory. So try and do your best to speak from the place of I statements. It's incredibly important. And when you go, what is he talking about? Think about it. A lot of times you're in a conversation, you're like, yeah, but you should be doing this. And what if you tried it like this? As opposed to, oh, that's awesome. But when I do it, I try and do it like this. And I like to try and do it like this. You're not putting anything on the other person. You're completely making it about yourself in what you're relaying. So pause, give yourself that moment. Where is it coming from? What am I going to say? And then, using those I statements. And I just have cultivate positive language. And what I mean by that is like really focusing on encouragement. Like I say, we often judge. We're always judging. I hate that aspect of spirituality where we say no judgments. And I say that in meditation, meaning just try not to judge your thoughts or the sounds around you. But we're always going to judge in a sense. And we judge usually from this place of like harshness and cruelty, bitterness, resentment. We judge from places of fear and anxiety, or we judge from want and need. But we can also find a way to shift that heavy energy to a lighter energy and judge from places of sympathy, compassion, and empathy. Judging from a place of freedom. And again, when you really let that click, it creates a shift in your perspective. And that shift in your perspective is raising your awareness and your vibrational state of existence. So cultivating positive language, pausing, using positive words, trying to eliminate the heavy, dark words, the dominating words, harsh judgments. And I curse. I curse like SpongeBob said it best. Truthfully, they're sentence enhancers. When I say listen, I don't want to curse right now because there's no reason to, but you can look at a mountain and be like, wow, that is and beautiful, right? Or you can go, you're an asshole. It's just a sentence enhancer. It's really the individual perspective on it that sees it as anything different. So for me, I do curse. I do, and I'm trying to work on it. And sometimes I just curse mid-sentence without realizing sometimes who's around me. So those are things to be mindful for. But cultivating positive language, using positive words about yourself, being mindful to not use negative, harsh, dominating words about the world around you, the people around you, and yourself is going to be a catalyst for positive change within yourself, my friend. I need a drink. So with that being said, please get into a nice, comfortable position. And today, I mean that in any way possible. You can lie down if you're in your car, put the seat back, you can rest your head back, lean against the wall, whatever you want to do, because we're really going to be focusing on the throat and the energy that we take from there. And the last tool I'll give you before we get into the meditation, just let me take a sip, please, is where you're speaking from. I've got a head cold I'm trying to get over, so I have to kind of push my words out a little bit right now, because if I talk lower, it's going to just sound very crackly and you're probably not even going to hear me too well. So I have to project my voice a little harsher, harder than normal today. And what I mean by that is I'm speaking more from the head space. And you can feel your throat vibrating. You can feel your head tensing up and vibrating when you're speaking from the ego and the mind, and you're speaking spontaneously or concurrently, talking, lecturing, teaching, right? You're constantly going. So you have to speak from this very heightened sense of awareness. But when we take that moment and we relax our energy, we relax where we're speaking from, you'll feel the diaphragm, where you've been taught. We sing, we speak from the diaphragm, right? So if I speak from my chest, my voice is lower. It's a very different timbre. And with the cold, it just sounds a little raspy right now. But I do have a very low voice. And that's why when I talk like this and in meditation and you have headphones on, it feels really good, because you can even feel the bass resonating through you. So even for yourself, you have your calm, centered place to speak, act, react, and interact, and see and be from. And you also have got that other place. Yo, Craig! The place we're screaming out, where we live, what's going on, what are you doing? Yeah, sure! All that stuff. So really think of that, my friend. It is an incredible thing when you really start to reflect on how truthful this is. The body language, the energy, where it comes, the vibrational states, the energy, the celestial energy, your inner energy, and most importantly, where it all comes from. Within. So please, get comfortable, because we're going to meditate. What time we got? 10:35. Good. We'll do about a 10-minute meditation. And then if anybody has anything they want to say or ask, share, let go of, you are all welcome. It's a safe space. As long as you are trying to express that kindness and compassion for the world, and as long as you are trying to be a better version of yourself, then we are all on the same page, my friend. And as I've said a million times, I don't care who you are, where you're from, what you've done, and all those things in your life. I just care that you are truly trying to be a part of the positive collective, my friends. Okay, thank you for the flames. I saw those, the fire on the screen and the hearts over on Instagram this morning, and thank you for all the hearts on TikTok this morning. There they go. Thank you. This conversation today was just absolutely phenomenal, and it really is. I say to people, they're like, why don't you charge for your sessions? I do one-on-one sessions. I have a video series here on TikTok that you can download for $2 and it'll change your life. I have a book out, and I tell you, don't even buy it. You can click the link on my profile and download it for free right now. I uploaded the Google Drive. I uploaded the PDF, to Google Drive, and it'll change your life today. You can read it today, free, no email. And the reason I was just saying, why don't I charge, is because this is priceless. You have all this inside of you already. You're most probably second guessing and just self-doubting and not even listening to it. And if you've gone to a healer or a therapist or something like that, they have charged you exorbitant amounts of money to slowly dangle that carrot in your face. That's not what I'm here for. Our world's in trouble. Humanity has been held hostage long enough. We need to wake up and be the change that the world needs us to be right now. So I want to be here to help you through all that noise and information and into that place of strength and confidence to where you can resonate in gratitude and love and just be completely content with who and what you are, my friends. And with that being said, into the center of your chest, through your mouth, through your nose, any way comfortable today, take a good, big, deep ass breath into the center of your chest. Fill your lungs and wait just a minute. Sit there for a moment. And a sigh of relief, that weight, pressure, and tension, let it out. Again, in. Relax into it. And any tension on the skin, the face, the shoulders, the body, feel it and let it go. Centering your spine, another breath in. And exhale, letting go of any more stress and tension. Another breath in, relaxing the body, the mind, everything even more with each breath. Every exhale, more tension and stress. The smallest amount just slowly dissipates and goes away. Breathing in again. Close the eyes. And exhale, just take a moment, sense and feel that true disconnect. A simple action like closing our eyes has this incredibly powerful feeling. We can feel the crown tingling around the mind. We can hear the hum and frequencies and sounds and vibrations of the world and room. We can sense every part of our body without seeing or even touching it. The bottom of your right foot. You feel it. It shaped the skin. The palm of your left hand. Your right ear, the center of your forehead, the center of your throat. Bring your awareness to the throat. Inside you right now, in this sacred space, there is a version of you that is beyond reality, that is incredibly authentic, but sadly the world does not know. Inside here, you hold things in because of experiences, actions, events, thoughts, emotions. You have let your light dim and your voice be inhibited because of the people and world around you. Their actions, their words have affected you in such a way that it has altered your own self-love, your own self-worth. You've let yourself become something different. You deny your truth and you deny your true manifesting abilities because you are afraid to speak your truth. Whether it be fear, intimidation, or self-worth, confidence, someone has affected you in this way. But right now, the version of you listening to me isn't affected by them. It knows you only truly observed that action and event, that moment. It was only holding on to the memory that has defined you, that has dictated the thoughts and emotions that follow. But here, right now, in your sacred, safe space, no one can hurt you. No one can take any of this away from you. And in here, you know who and what you are. You know your truth. And you hear that insight and wisdom and guidance every single day within. Into the center of your throat, draw a deep, beautiful, cleansing breath into the throat. And on the exhale, let go of the tension, the tightness in the throat. Breathing in clear, beautiful authenticity and truth into the throat. Letting go of the energetic hold their words have had on you. Breathing in light, gratitude, and confidence into the throat. Letting go of the fear and anxiety associated with the world around you. Breathing in your truth and strength. Feeling the clarity and confidence within. Breathing out power and strength and confidence. Breathing back in clarity, understanding, patience, and love. Resonating in that and letting that energy flow back out through your throat. Let go of controlling the breath. Speak from a place of love. Speak from a place of knowledge. Speak from a place of patience, truth and understanding. Everything inside you deserves to be heard. Speak these words confidently, my friend. This is your reality. This is your world. This is your life. This is your reality. And you are either manifesting it from within, or you are letting the exterior world inhibit and dictate your next step. Take a moment, inside right now in silence, reflect on those moments in your life that have inhibited your voice. And as you do so, have the awareness of truth that they and those moments do not define you anymore. And let go of that heavy emotion and feel the clarity in that moment of lightness, my friend. Breathe in. See their faces. Feel the words. And then realize you are only the observer within. Gently let go of any imagery or memory. Let your awareness return to the sounds in the room around you, to my voice, and drawing a deep breath into the center of the chest, lengthen the body. Gently exhale, wiggling the toes and the fingers. Take another breath in, centering the body and lengthening the spine again. And relaxing in this moment, keeping the eyes closed. One more breath in. Continue to keep your eyes closed and sit for a minute or two on your own. And when you feel comfortable, slowly open your eyes. When you open your eyes, still relaxed, you're still in that nice, calm, relaxed state, that clarity. But with your conscious awareness, reflect on what I just said about your voice and speaking your truth and why you don't, my friend. This is your world and your reality, and I mean that in the absolute, literal sense. Remember, the more we do this, the more we gather, the more we sit within, the more we strengthen our capacity to shift our perspective, react and interact from this place of calmness, and ultimately change our individual lives and the world around us. So for me, this is the everything. So now while you're sitting there, journal prompt question, consider a situation. This is what you can write down later, and I'll put this in the description later. Consider a situation where your words have had a significant impact, positive or negative. Reflect on your intention behind those words, their effect on the other person, and then consider how would you approach that today, now, considering the artful power of words. All right? So please, my friends, really, really pay attention to the words you're saying, to the people around you, the way we are interacting and reacting with the world and ourselves. I say all the time, you are the most important thing in your life, and I truly mean that. But the reason we want to be better versions of ourselves is so our world in whole can be a better world, and we can project that out to the collective. All right, so thank you so much for being here with me today. If anybody has any questions relating to it's such a cute size book. It's actually called pocket book size. I did that purposely. I wanted it to be something that can literally fit in your pocket and you can kind of just take anywhere. Because even though I wrote this, I think 6 years ago, I read it once a month. I still read it once a month. I often want to change words, vocabulary and things, but nope. It's that way specifically, and I have to honor that book. It's a channeled book, 55 questions channeled out and answered. And when I first released it, I didn't even put my name on it because I only asked the questions and wrote down the answers I received. Fortnite Faya, can I get some guidance, please? Absolutely. If I can help you, I most certainly will. Ask your question. While I'm waiting for that, Brenda, wow, so much to think about. I know your past and you know mine. We are not those people anymore. No, we definitely aren't, Brenda. And you know what? We're not those people anymore, but why were you that person? It's not the person you are now's fault, is it? Because you never even had an opportunity to know or start to become the person you are now. So who the hell was that was reacting and interacting? That was, I'll give you the answer, the person that mommy, daddy, and everybody else around us contributed to, because that's what we thought we were supposed to do. Succumb to the world, listen to our elders, respect our elders, absorb, do, be more. Yep. Awesome. Needed some focus on my throat chakra today. I'm glad to hear that, Adam. And Adam, dude, I'm going to kick you in the ass, and you should kick me in the ass. We've been friends now online for years. Years, dude. Years. I used to live in Connecticut and you live in Illinois. And now I live in Illinois almost 2 years and we still haven't gotten together and met. So we need to do something about that. The weather's getting nicer and I don't mind driving, man. I learned a lot from that person to not be that person and to raise my girls better. Amen to that. Amen. Thank God when I had my first son, I was still going through shit, but at least with my first son, I knew I did not want him to experience or go through anything that I ever did in life. So even though I wasn't in a place of healing, I was in a place of focusing on him having a good life. So thank God Kyle turned out to be an incredible person. He just turned 28, and holy shit, if I was the man he was at 28, I'd probably be living in the middle of the jungle in a tree house right now. You and me both, Brenda. Brenda just said, I broke the cycle. And you and I both, Brenda. How can I connect with spirit guides Excellent. Do I have any blocks? I couldn't tell you if you had any. Do you have any blocks? You have blocks. Physical blocks, mental blocks, spiritual blocks. Yes, you have things to go through in life, things to shift your perspective on to get through those things. So that's what we'll refer to as blocks. But your question, how can I connect with my spirit guides? Great question. You know, people don't often give themselves enough belief. You know, we've been taught not to have faith and belief in ourselves. So for me, if I've really limited the amount of opening up I've done in the past. I've limited that. I really protect my energy every day, kind of close off my channels. I wake up every day and protect my energy. I'm closed off to all malevolence, deceit, and negative energy. I am only open to light and love and gratitude, right? So I protect my energy. I affirm that that's my reality. That's the way it is. But to connect with these spirit guides, you want to quiet your surroundings. You don't need any special things with you. No talisman, sage, crystals. You don't need any of that stuff. Everything is happening within you and through you, right? This isn't possession. You're not becoming possessed by another energy and you're going to start talking differently and all of a sudden I'm channeling Gandhi and, that's just all complete charlatan, snake oil salesman, spiritual parasite BS. So connecting with your spirit guides, you close your eyes, and to be quite honest with you, most things that people interpret as a spirit guide is really their higher awareness, because your celestial energy, your divine energy transcends time and space and this physical reality. You can connect with your younger self today just as a future version of yourself is connecting to you today within. So, a lot of times people say, oh, I'm talking to the Arcturians, the Pleiadians, the Sphere Being Alliance is communicating through me, and it's not. It's not. Let me ask you a logically resonating question. Why would a being on another planet or another universe, dimension, or galaxy have to, or how would they, really effectively communicate with you through all of the vast existence of everything better than your own higher awareness would communicate and connect with you within? How would you think that you can't hear the divine voice and knowing of the one true creative source, but you can hear an alien sitting in his house outside a picnic table on the planet Glooply Gloop, trying to tell you that humanity is destroying this world? Okay, so spirit guide. Now, I'm not saying, let me go right back in circles again and kind of contradict myself. Now, I'm not saying you cannot connect with other beings and energies and things out there, but people, because of the fascinationism with it, associated with it, people want to think and perceive it's coming from that external source, or that singing bowl, or that tarot card, or that crystal, or that sage, or that spirit guide. But the truth is, it's coming from within your divine light, power, and source. And you are that one divine thing and everything. So all those beings and things you want to connect and communicate with, we can. Because if you think and stop for a moment, what could we possibly exist in? Think of yourself. Everything you see and envision and manifest and fantasize happens within. God, the source, the cosmos, the universe, the nothingness, the whatever you want to call it, didn't have a chemistry set. It didn't have tools. It didn't have wood and hammer. It didn't have Home Depot or Radio Shack. It only had awareness. I'm aware, but not even I. It just the knowing of awareness, and it existed for fucking an insane gazillions and billions and trillions of years and years and years to get to the point where it was able to create and manifest all of this stuff within itself. And 1 second, Instagram live ended because it was an hour. That's fine. It manifested all of this stuff within itself. So we all exist to kind of put a real good hallmark, visual, cliche label on it that you can really relate to. We all exist within the mind of God, within that awareness. We are a figment of its imagination. It is all an illusion. There is only one. And it has given itself, gifted itself, done whatever it did to manifest and create all this inside. So it probably isn't alone. And it can experience and feel and love and hate and drink and eat and all the things we do. But while we're here doing it, we've been manipulated by somebody a long time ago who realize they can create this version of society to where they could be the big king on top and we can be the working class. And sure, there's categories and middle class and this and minority and all that other stuff in there. Fucking words, labels, just blah, 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 shit to come out of our mouth to identify something. So I know this isn't the answer you were looking for, but how to connect with your spirit guides is to step away from all that, to close your eyes and go within. And here, you want to know your spirit guides? Ask within right now, is there a spirit guide with me? You're going to get an instantaneous answer, but you don't need to rely on a spirit guide for guidance. You woke up this morning with everything you need. You want proof again? I tell you to ask it all the time. Close your eyes and say, what is the first thing I can do or alter or change in my life that will better my life, my energy, my clarity? I'm not telling you my answer to today. But that's up to you. So seriously, my friends, I'm going to jump off. We are over the hour. And remember, listen, Monday through Friday, I'm here. I'm here every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And the hearts today, the overwhelming love that I've received on TikTok today, I am absolutely eternally grateful for. I truly do love each and every one of you. I know we don't know each other, and it just sounds like just such a manipulating bullshit line, but I really do. And I don't care who you are, what you've done in your life, good and bad. Don't care if you love Donald Trump or Joe Biden. I don't care none of that. I don't care if you're white, black, purple, or yellow. I don't care. I just care that you and I are trying to make more of this. Trying to make more moments that matter. Trying to exist in those nanoseconds that we have taken for granted so we can be here with love and gratitude, not just for ourselves, not just for each other, but for this planet, man. For this planet. We are living on an organism that is traveling through the mind of God at an insane speed, and we are going someplace physically, mentally, and spiritually. There's a purpose to your life here, and there's a purpose to your existence within that mind. And you will one day, I promise you, go on to do things that completely transcend human consciousness. And I am so excited for you, my friends. So I will see you tomorrow for our weekly wrap-up. Tomorrow, I think I'm going to bring in one of the singing bowls. Boo! And do something that nobody does for you. Anyway, my friends, have a beautiful day. If you want to connect with me, contact with me, ask me anything, please send me a private message, any of the social media apps. I'm always here. I'm always around. And I do get back to everybody sooner or later. So have a great day. I'll see you soon. And thank you again for being here with me. Much love. Take care.